Hi, this is Ed Nowatka from Publishing Perspectives. I'm here with David Del Vecchio, the owner and founder of Idlewild Bookstore, which is a travel and world literature bookstore in New York City. And they recently put out their list of the top 10 books of the year. And David, I was hoping you could talk me through some of those titles.
Okay. I guess to start, this may be one of our favorites this year and a customer favorite. There once lived a woman who tried to kill her baby. Scary fairy tales from Russia. This is actually the best-known living Russian writer, but she was banned in Russia, in the Soviet Union for many years, even after they started publishing Solzhenitsyn. But anyway, they're just like very creepy stories. A lot of them are based on a dream. Others are just... It's a very hard to describe book, but it's one that I think would give pleasure to anybody who enjoys short fiction.
Are they scary in the sense that they're inappropriate for children scary, and they're really adult fairy tales, or...?
Definitely probably inappropriate for children, but I think they're just sort of creepy more than they are actually scary.
So a real holiday pick.
Exactly. For every twisted person on your list.
Lovely.
Let's see, what else did we enjoy this year? This another short read, Ghosts, by the Argentinian writer Cesar Aira. Very prolific writer. He's actually written, I think, 50 or 60 books already. He's very popular. This is a thin novella set in Buenos Aires on New Year's Eve in a building that's under construction, where there are some of the construction workers are squatting on the site, and it's haunted by ghosts. Again, it sounds like we only enjoyed sort of the creepy.
It was the year of anxiety, if anything.
I think maybe so.
Yeah, H1N1, the recession, Twilight, zombies.
Exactly.
You're not alone.
Exactly. This is a very unsettling book, like in a very nice way. It's also very evocative of Buenos Aires. So
Lovely. Who's the publisher of that?
Publisher is New Directions.
New Directions. Okay.
Yeah. So, moving on, a lot of the things we liked were reissues. This is a terrific new translation of the Stendhal classic, Travels in the South of France, with chapters on all different regions, on Bordeaux, on Toulouse, cities.
And what's not dated about that?
You know, I think what's really interesting about it is they're writing about sort of provincial France. I mean, a lot of it is about wine, about food, about sexual habits, about the landscapes, and a part of the world that maybe, hasn't changed so much as some other places. I find that somebody who was traveling there today, I mean, obviously would find, things changed in some ways, but in terms of the character...
the cultural mores have remained more or less the same.
I don't want to speak about the cultural mores, but...
Okay, fair enough.
This one is a really fascinating book. In Other Rooms, Other Wonders by Daniel Moinuddin.
Yes.
Pakistani writer who I think will become just better and better known. These are interlinked stories that kind of examine sort of different strata of Pakistani society. In some ways, the evolution of the feudal system in Pakistan and just sort of changes.
Which a lot of people don't really know that intimately unless they've spent time there and can make the distinction between Pakistan and India and fighting.
I mean, 95% of what I know about Pakistan comes from this book. It was a place that, I mean, does seem so relevant now, but I think very few of us really understand anything about.
Lovely.
So this is definitely, but I, recommend it not only, as an education, but just because they're beautiful stories.
Well written.
And then just bringing it back to center, coming back to New York, I really love this collection of stories by Michael Greenberg.
Okay.
New York-based writer. Very, very short essays that he wrote over the years. It's called Beg, Borrow, Steal: A Writer's Life.
Yes.
Which makes it sound like it's sort of a writing manual or how-to, but they're actually just these very short, interesting vignettes about sort of like his early days living in New York, even just about issues that I think anybody living in New York would relate to. It's hard to describe what it is, but it's a book that I really cared about and liked a lot.
So it's a book for book lovers.
I think so. I think it's a book for book lovers, a book for people who want to write. I think he's a great stylist. Again, it's not strictly a manual in any way at all, but I think there's something about the simplicity of the writing that would appeal to anybody who has aspirations. I mean, a lot of what he writes about is how difficult he found it to write, or to become a writer. But again, any description of it would sell it short. It's just something for anyone who loves essays.
And can you tell me a little bit about just the Sussex here, which you said earlier have been just selling nonstop for you, and just for people who are not as familiar with them?
These are these gorgeous books from the, I think, late 50s through the late 60s by the Czech writer and illustrator M. Sasek, and they're composed mostly of watercolor drawings of different cities, which I think hold up very well. In some ways, I feel like these are actually more evocative of what places look like than actual photographs. It's fun to see pizza for 15 cents. We also had a Ukrainian customer come back and tell us that what was described here as Russian is not Russian, it's Ukrainian.
Interesting.
But of course, this is published at a time when they were part of the same USSR.
And they make for a good gift for any child that you have.
They do, or for an adult. These are a classic kind of gift that somebody comes in and buys for somebody and then comes running up the stairs a day later and says, I'm keeping that one for myself and I need to pick up another copy.
Lovely.
So these, I think, are just for any traveler, anyone who loves or cares about these cities.
Fantastic. And have you a resolution for 2010, David?
My resolution for 2010? No, not yet.
Got it. Fair enough. This has been Ed Nowatka with Publishing Perspectives, speaking with David Del Vecchio, proprietor, founder of Idlewild Bookstore in New York City. You can check out his top 10 list of books on his website, which is www.idlewildbooks.com.
Thanks.